Hello and welcome to G Fun Facts Online. In our hyper-connected, climate-changing world, it feels like we see the same terrifying headlines every summer. Wildfires. They're getting bigger, hotter, and more frequent. For decades, fighting these infernos has been a heroic but fundamentally reactive battle. We see a fire, we rush to put it out. But what if we could see the fire before it even starts? What if we could predict its every move? Well, we're on the verge of doing just that. Not with a crystal ball, but with something even more powerful: data and artificial intelligence. Today, we're diving into the technological revolution that's helping us fight fire with forecasting. At its heart, this revolution is all about predictive modeling. Think of it like the world's most advanced weather forecast, but specifically for wildfires. Instead of just looking at general risk factors, these new models are dynamic beasts. They are constantly crunching numbers and learning from a massive, ever-changing stream of information to predict where a fire might start, how fast it will grow, and which direction it will tear across the landscape. So what fuels these predictive engines? Data. A mind-boggling amount of it. First, you have the obvious stuff: weather data. We're talking real-time temperature, humidity, and especially wind speed and direction. But it gets deeper. These models are now so smart, they understand that a massive wildfire can create its own weather system, a terrifying feedback loop of destruction. Then, there's topography. The shape of the land is a superhighway for fire. A steep slope can turn a crawling fire into a sprinting monster. The models also need to know what's on the menu. Satellites constantly scan the globe, analyzing the type, amount, and even the moisture content of vegetation, essentially creating a fuel map for potential fires. And speaking of satellites, they are our eyes in the sky, detecting heat signatures and smoke plumes from space, tracking a fire's every move, even through thick smoke and darkness using advanced radar. Finally, the models learn from the past. By analyzing historical fire data, they can recognize patterns, learning the specific conditions that led to disaster before, making them better prepared for the future. Now, having all this data is one thing. Making sense of it is another. And that's where the true game changer comes in: artificial intelligence and machine learning. These AI systems are the superbrains that can sift through all that complex data and spot subtle patterns a human could never see. For example, a project in Turkey is using an AI-powered map that can predict wildfires a full 24 hours in advance with an incredible 80% accuracy. Think about what that means for evacuations and resource planning. The applications are stunning. I can give firefighters a real-time, comprehensive picture of a blaze, combining info from satellites, drones, and ground sensors. It also allows us to play a game of what if. What if we create a fire break here? What if we send air support to this flank? Models can run these simulations in seconds, helping commanders make life-saving decisions. NASA is even building something called a wildfire digital twin, a complete virtual replica of a fire that learns and adapts in real time, allowing them to test strategies on a digital fire before facing the real thing. This is all a quantum leap beyond the classic fire triangle we all learned in school: heat, fuel, and oxygen. That's still true, of course, but modern wildfires are influenced by a hugely complex web of factors. These new AI models understand this complexity. They can essentially reverse engineer past fires from satellite images to learn their intricate behavior, helping them anticipate how a new fire will evolve under completely different conditions. And this high-tech prediction isn't just stuck in a lab. It's being paired with a new generation of tools in the field. Drones are becoming essential, acting as scouts for early detection, monitoring a fire's spread, and even dropping water in places too dangerous for crews. Networks of ground sensors can sniff the air for high-risk conditions, automatically sending alerts, and even deploying those drones to investigate. Now, is this a perfect system? Not yet. The models are only as good as the data they get, and wildfires are, by their nature, chaotic and unpredictable. Getting to 100% accuracy is probably impossible, but the path forward is clear. It's about integrating even more data. making the AI models easier to understand, and fostering collaboration between governments, scientists, and tech companies. The fight against wildfires is one of humanity's great challenges in the 21st century. We're facing a powerful, ancient force of nature, but we're no longer fighting blind. By combining our own ingenuity with the incredible power of predictive technology, we are learning to see the future and building a world that is far more resilient in the face of fire. Thanks for tuning in to G Fun Facts Online. It's truly amazing to see how data is becoming one of our most powerful tools against natural disasters. We'll see you next time.